battlefield where the rules of war are being rewritten in real time, where technology meets strategy in ways most of us could hardly imagine, and where every decision can shift the balance between victory and defeat. Today, we are about to uncover the hidden tactics that are changing the face of modern warfare. Tactics so surprising that even top scientists and military analysts are shocked, yet few dare to speak of them openly. This is not just a story about tanks and troops. This is a story about innovation, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of advantage on the battlefield. As we dive into Russia's new approach in Ukraine, I promise you will see beyond the headlines, beyond the maps and numbers, into the very strategies that define the future of combat. By the end of this video, you will not only understand what is happening on the front lines, but also gain insights that challenge everything you thought you knew about modern warfare. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn could change the way you view the world's most powerful military decisions forever. Russia's approach to the conflict in Ukraine has evolved significantly from the conventional warfare seen in the early days of the invasion to a far more technologically driven, drone-centric strategy. This transformation is not merely about adopting new tools, but represents a fundamental shift in military doctrine, operational methodology, and strategic intent. Historically, Russian military operations relied heavily on large formations of tanks, artillery, and infantry, supported by air power, following the traditional Soviet-era doctrines of overwhelming force and territorial dominance. However, the realities of modern warfare in Ukraine, characterized by extensive anti-tank weaponry, mobile artillery systems, and highly motivated defense forces, have exposed the vulnerabilities of massed, mechanized units. Russia has faced unexpectedly high casualties and equipment losses, which has prompted military planners to rethink their approach. The increased use of drones, unmanned aerial vehicles, and autonomous systems offers a way to mitigate these vulnerabilities while maintaining operational pressure. Drones allow for reconnaissance, targeting, and precision strikes without putting human operators directly in harm's way, effectively creating a buffer between the military and the battlefield. The psychological impact of swarms of drones, which can appear suddenly and strike unexpectedly, also plays a critical role in destabilizing enemy morale and forcing defenders to spread their resources thin across multiple points of potential attack. Furthermore, drones can operate in environments that are too dangerous or complex for traditional armored units, including urban landscapes, heavily mined areas, and front lines with advanced air defense systems. This flexibility allows commanders to conduct operations that were previously deemed too risky, expanding the tactical options available on the battlefield. The integration of drones into Russian tactics also demonstrates a significant change in command philosophy, as decisions are increasingly data-driven and reliant on real-time intelligence collected by unmanned systems. This represents a convergence of military technology with computational analysis and AI-supported targeting, allowing for rapid adaptation to changing conditions on the ground. Analysts have observed that Russian forces are not merely using drones as isolated tools, but as part of coordinated attacks where multiple drone types, including small surveillance units and larger armed drones, work together with artillery and ground troops. This combined arms integration has created a scenario where traditional defensive lines are constantly probed and disrupted, forcing Ukrainian defenders to react to multiple threats simultaneously. The employment of low-cost drones in repeated waves allows Russia to test and refine its tactics, effectively using each engagement as a live experiment to determine which methods produce the greatest impact with minimal losses. This iterative approach to warfare, where battlefield data directly informs tactical adjustments, is a departure from static doctrines and reflects a more modern experimental mindset within Russian command circles. Western military analysts have expressed surprise at the efficiency and creativity of these operations, noting that the Russian forces appear to be exploiting technological asymmetries to compensate for limitations in manpower and conventional firepower. This reliance on drones also aligns with global trends in military modernization, where nations increasingly recognize that future conflicts will be defined not solely by the size of armies or the weight of artillery, but by the ability to collect, analyze, and act upon real-time information more effectively than the adversary. The shift toward drone-centric warfare has broader implications beyond the tactical level, influencing operational planning, logistics, and the training of personnel. Russian units must now be proficient not only in traditional combat skills, but also in operating, maintaining, and interpreting data from unmanned systems. This has led to the development of specialized drone units and the reorganization of forces to integrate these capabilities across different branches of the military. Moreover, the increased reliance on drones has altered the strategic calculus of engagement, enabling operations that minimize the visibility of troop movements and reduce the political and human cost of battlefield losses. The psychological dimension of drone warfare also cannot be overstated. Repeated drone incursions, often accompanied by electronic surveillance and targeted strikes, create a sense of constant threat for defenders, which can slow decision-making and exhaust resources. This psychological pressure is amplified by the unpredictability of drone swarm tactics, which can overwhelm traditional defense systems designed to respond to conventional artillery or infantry attacks. In addition to tactical and operational benefits, drones offer Russia the ability to gather unparalleled amounts of intelligence. High-resolution cameras, infrared sensors, and electronic monitoring tools provide real-time situational awareness, allowing commanders to adjust strategies almost instantaneously based on observed enemy movements and vulnerabilities. This intelligence advantage is particularly crucial in Ukraine, where the battlefield is highly dynamic and rapid adaptability can mean the difference between seizing an opportunity and suffering a setback. Another important aspect is the cost-effectiveness of drone warfare. Traditional armored vehicles and aircraft are expensive to produce and maintain, and their loss represents a significant blow to military resources. In contrast, drones are relatively inexpensive and can be deployed in large numbers, effectively saturating the battlefield without a proportional increase in financial or human risk. This cost advantage allows Russia to sustain prolonged operations and conduct repeated tactical experiments, which are key to refining strategies and identifying weaknesses in the enemy's defense. However, the shift toward drone-centric tactics also brings challenges, including susceptibility to electronic warfare, hacking, and counter-drone measures. Ukrainian forces have increasingly employed an electronic jamming, anti-drone systems, and even cyber operations to neutralize the threat posed by Russian unmanned systems. Despite these countermeasures, the flexibility, low cost, and psychological impact of drones continue to make them a central component of Russia's battlefield approach. In essence, the move toward drone-centric warfare represents a paradigm shift in the Russian approach to the conflict in Ukraine. It is not simply an adoption of new technology, but an evolution in strategy, doctrine, and operational thinking. By leveraging drones to reduce casualties, increase tactical flexibility, and gather real-time intelligence, Russia is reshaping the nature of the battlefield and redefining what modern warfare can look like. Analysts, scientists, and military experts remain both shocked and intrigued by the effectiveness of these tactics, as they demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of technological warfare that has rarely been seen in real-time combat scenarios. In conclusion, Russia's new battlefield tactics in Ukraine represent a remarkable evolution in modern warfare. The shift toward drone-centric operations, the use of innovative swarm tactics, and the integration of real-time intelligence have transformed the way conflicts are fought, challenging conventional assumptions about military power and strategy. These developments reveal not only the adaptability of military forces under pressure, but also the growing role of technology in shaping the outcomes of wars. As we reflect on these changes, it becomes clear that understanding these tactics is crucial for predicting the future of international conflicts and for developing strategies that ensure security, stability, and resilience in an increasingly complex world. I want to leave you all with a message of encouragement. Stay curious, stay informed, and always question what lies beneath the surface. Knowledge is the most powerful tool we have in navigating a rapidly changing world. Good luck in all your endeavors, and thank you for dedicating your time and attention to understanding these critical issues.